Khamzat just shoots from like 15 feet away and gets a hold of your leg. And you got to think his endurance is probably going to be better at 85 than it was at 70 because of the cut for Khamzat. It's like 85 is really where he should have been all along. Khamzat's a freak, man. Especially at 170.
Dude, but he can't make the weight. He's too unreliable.
He just needs to be a little bit more disciplined. Bro, 170, he's almost unstoppable. Even when Gilbert caught him on the noggin multiple times and dropped him, remember?
Yep.
Still kept going. Like that guy never stopped coming. He can wrestle. He's got very good jiu-jitsu. He hits hard, and he's a big, durable dude. But I don't know if he's going to be able to wrestle with that guy. Like, I don't know, man. The Khamzat's skill is so high level, it makes me wonder.
Joe Rogan recently shared a bold opinion on the potential clash between Khamzat Chimaev and Dricus du Plessis, expressing serious doubt about du Plessis' chances. According to Rogan, Khamzat's skill set poses too many problems for Dricus to handle. Meanwhile, Ali Abdelaziz offered an update on Chimaev's mindset and preparation, revealing that the rising UFC star is fully locked in and training intensely in Russia. Abdelaziz recalled how Chimaev faced a tough battle during the COVID-19 pandemic, even coughing up blood at one point, but insists those days are behind him now, with his health restored and focus sharpened. Abdelaziz believes Chimaev is a dangerous force, capable of taking out anyone in the division, including du Plessis, whether early or deep into the fight, much like his dominance showing against Robert Whittaker.
Du Plessis versus Khamzat Chimaev. How do you feel about this fight?
Everybody know I used to work with Khamzat. I love the guy. After COVID, it really messed him up. One of the craziest things I ever seen. Throwing up like blood. As far as I know now, he's in Russia. He's in camp. He's focused. He's a superstar. He's one of the biggest stars in the UFC. When you have this kind of pressure, sometimes people doesn't know how to handle it. It's hard to bet against focused Khamzat, healthy Khamzat. I think he can beat anyone on any given day. As talent, as technique, it's Khamzat. If you go to the third and fourth and fifth round, how this fight gonna go? I believe Khamzat can go there. Did to him what he did to Robert Whittaker. 100%, I believe this.
Stephen Wonderboy Thompson offered a contrasting perspective, predicting that Khamzat Chimaev might face serious challenges against Dricus du Plessis. He described du Plessis as unorthodox, physically strong, and difficult to deal with inside the octagon. Thompson believes that if du Plessis can weather the early storm, especially in a 5-round war, the momentum could swing in his favor. He pointed to Chimaev's history with cardio issues, suggesting that while there's been improvement, endurance in later rounds remains a question mark. Ultimately, Thompson leans toward du Plessis in what he expects to be a grueling, competitive matchup.
I think it's a tough one for Khamzat Chimaev. Du Plessis, his awkwardness makes him very difficult to deal with. He's got great grappling. He's a very strong opponent. If he can weather the storm in a 5-and-a-round fight, I'm leaning towards du Plessis. We saw what Gilbert Burns did, but obviously Khamzat Chimaev, he's made some changes. He's evolving. He's getting better. He's strong. Oh man, I would love to see du Plessis win it. I'm leaning towards du Plessis because I think it's a very tough fight. Very tough fight. Khamzat's notorious for fatiguing later on in the rounds, and if it's a 5-round fight, du Plessis.
Joe Rogan didn't hold back in praising Khamzat Chimaev's wrestling skills, calling him possibly the best wrestler in the UFC today. According to Rogan, Chimaev has an incredible ability to shoot for takedowns from nearly 15 feet out and still grab his opponent's leg, a rare level of explosiveness that he also pointed out that moving up to 185 pounds could benefit Chimaev's endurance, as is no longer drained by the intense weight cut to welterweight. Rogan firmly believes middleweight is the weight class where Chimaev can truly thrive and showcase his full potential.
Khamzat just shoots from like 15 feet away and gets a hold of your leg. And you got to think his endurance is probably going to be better at 85 than it was at 70 because of the cut for Khamzat. It's like 85 is really where he should have been all along.
Joe Rogan also gave credit to Dricus du Plessis, describing him as a tough, well-rounded fighter with power in his hands, solid grappling, and effective jiu-jitsu. Still, Rogan raised doubts about whether du Plessis can hold his own in the wrestling exchanges against someone like Khamzat Chimaev, but he emphasized that Chimaev's grappling game is so elite, it's hard to imagine many fighters, if any, being able to match him when it comes to wrestling dominance.
He can wrestle, he's got very good jiu-jitsu, he hits hard, and he's a big, durable dude. But I don't know if he's going to be able to wrestle with that guy. Like, I don't know, man. The Khamzat's skill is so high level, it makes me wonder.
Daniel Cormier had high praise for Dricus du Plessis, noting that his consistently defied expectations. Cormier described du Plessis as powerful, physically imposing, and more technically skilled than many give him credit for, while he acknowledged that Chimaev might come out strong in a high-paced opening, Cormier pointed out that Duplessis is built for 5-round battles. In his view, Chimaev still has something to prove when it comes to maintaining that intensity over full 25 minutes.
The DDP, man, he is something else, bro. For so long we thought he just was bad. He's not. He's really good. He's like really, really good. He's so big, he's so strong, and he's good. Now, Khamzat, in a sprint, can't stay with him. DDP can't stay with him. But I think if the fight goes long, it starts to get interesting. Right. I think Dricus is there for 25 minutes. Khamzat needs to be there for 25 minutes also.
Cormier also touched on the likely betting odds, predicting that Chimaev will probably open as a moderate favorite, somewhere around -180, largely because of his dominant reputation. He drew a comparison to how Ilia Topuria was favored against Charles Oliveira, saying that public perception often plays a big role in shaping the odds. However, Cormier admitted that he's done underestimating Duplessis, especially after witnessing how the South African has consistently backed up the hype with results inside the cage.
So I think, and DDP is going to be like, what the hell, dude? I think when the line comes out, and I'm pretty sure it's out already, you guys can check it, Khamzat will probably be a favorite. And I think it's because of what you see. It's why Ilia Topuria right now is a 4-1 favorite over Charles Oliveira.
Wow.
Because all you've seen is him just destroy people. So I think
-180.
Khamzat is -180. And I think just when you look at it, that's probably
It's pretty big
about
too,
right. But I don't know, man. I'm done doubting Dricus Duplessis. It's time to now stop doubting him because he's just that good. I think DDP is one of those guys.
Joe Rogan wrapped up his thoughts by calling Khamzat Chimaev a physical anomaly, especially when competing at 170 pounds. He said Chimaev was nearly unstoppable in that division when he could make the weight. But Rogan also acknowledged that cutting to welterweight has been a major struggle for him, stressing the need for more discipline if Chimaev ever returns to that class. Rogan recalled Chimaev's wild fight with Gilbert Burns, pointing out how even after taking heavy shots and getting knocked down, Chimaev never stopped pressing the action, showing just how relentless and mentally tough he is.
Khamzat's a freak, man.
How about-
especially at 170?
Dude, but he can't make the weight. He's too unreliable.
He just needs to be a little bit more disciplined,
Bro.
Bro, 170, he's almost unstoppable. Even when Gilbert caught him on the noggin multiple times and dropped him, remember?
Yep.
Still kept going
Still
like that guy never stopped coming.
Mateusz Gamrot also weighed in on the potential showdown between Khamzat Chimaev and Dricus Duplessis, calling it a compelling matchup. He praised Chimaev's elite-level wrestling and raw physical strength, saying those qualities make him a serious threat in any fight. Gamrot also spoke positively about Duplessis, mentioning that he's met him a few times and respects what he brings to the table. But when it came to predicting the outcome, Gamrot admitted he doesn't see Duplessis being able to neutralize Chimaev's grappling game. In the end, he leaned toward Chimaev coming out on top.
Oh, this is interesting matchup. Chimaev is really high-level wrestler and he is strong. I like Dricus. He meet a couple times. It's hard to prediction, but I don't think so that Dricus will stop wrestling Chimaev, and I think maybe Chimaev will beat this guy.
TJ Dillashaw also gave his take on what Chimaev needs to do to beat Dricus Duplessis, emphasizing that cardio will be the deciding factor. He pointed out that while Chimaev is physically dominant, with superior grappling and sharp striking technique, his ability to maintain that pace over multiple rounds is still a question. Dillashaw warned that if Chimaev can't get the finish early, Duplessis has the toughness and endurance to take him deep and possibly turn the tide. But if Chimaev trains his gas tank properly, Dillashaw said he'd put his money on Khamzat to get the job done.
How are you going to train Khamzat Chimaev to beat DDP?
Cardio. I just don't think he has the gas tank. If he doesn't finish DDP, to win. Because he's good. He's strong. His grappling's better. He's got good technical striking. I would put a lot more money on Chimaev if he trains the right way for his cardio. If he doesn't train his cardio the right way, I think it's going to be hard for him to put DDP away, and DDP's going to get him in the later rounds and pass him out. DDP ain't going to get tired.
Kyle Barrio also chimed in on the potential clash between Khamzat Chimaev and Dricus Duplessis, admitting it's a tough call to make. He said Duplessis continues to exceed expectations. Every time he doubts him, Duplessis proves him wrong. At the same time, he finds it just as risky to count out Chimaev, given how dominant he's been. Barrio noted that this fight has the potential to end fast, similar to Duplessis' bout with Robert Whittaker. But if it stretches into the second or third round, he sees du Plessis starting to gain some momentum and possibly taking over.
Are you going to be riding with the DDP for this one, or you think Khamzat is going to walk away the champion?
Actually, right now, it's hard to bet against DDP. I always bet against him, and he always shoot my mouth. But it's hard to bet against Khamzat. I think this fight can be really, really fast as the Whittaker fight. But I can see this fight going into the second, the third round, and then I see some advantage for Dricus. You know what I mean?
Jason Mayhem Miller shared his perspective on the matchup, saying Dricus du Plessis is facing a tough challenge against a highly unpredictable opponent like Khamzat Chimaev. He highlighted Chimaev's dangerous blend of high-level grappling and crisp striking, which makes him a nightmare to prepare for. Miller questioned whether du Plessis can keep up with the pace, defend takedowns consistently, and still be effective offensively while moving forward under constant pressure. In his view, this fight may ultimately come down to who has the better gas tank.
Khamzat, this kind of thing is, all right, so now do you counter wrestle? Do you find your striking exchanges working when you push the guy backwards? And can you do that without overshooting and getting taken down? Do you want to get taken down and make a scramble and this? No, probably not. Du Plessis has work cut out for him. Like, he has to kind of figure this enigma out of a dude who can kickbox pretty good with this European style kickboxing and also really high level grappling. I don't know. I think it'll come down to who's in the best shape, who's the best conditioned. That's really the end of that. Happy birthday, August 16th. We're going to see that one.
Mayhem Miller leaned slightly in favor of Khamzat Chimaev, pointing to his lifelong wrestling background as a major advantage. He explained that Chimaev's experience allows him to stay calm and conserve energy during grappling exchanges, making his style more efficient over time. While he acknowledged du Plessis' strength, Miller suggested that his physicality seems more muscle-based than natural, which could become a disadvantage in a long, grueling fight. In the end, he gave the edge to Chimaev based on composure, efficiency, and grappling pedigree.